Hello, welcome to podcast number 55, Andy Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. Today we've got a little birthday celebration of the Australian opening batsman, left-hander Warren Bardsley. There's a few things in the collection that have accumulated over the years. So I'll start by the first tour of his into England was 1909. This is a lovely signed item. With Warren Bardsley nicely signing just down here. So, this was the Lord's Test match which they won, and Ransford was the man who got 100, and I think this was a presentation copy to Ransford, but it's a nice 1909 set of signatures there, Victor Trumper on the top, and there's a postcard there of the 1909 side with Warren Bardsley in. We'll keep on the postcards for the second. We've got a couple more there. This is the 1912 side for the triangular tournament over here against England and South Africa. Quite a rare card, that one. And then the 1921 side there. And on the team photograph side, I've also got this one here from 1921 from the referee, which was May the 11th, I believe. May the 11th, 1921, the team that won the Ashes, which is quite a nice photograph. It's got all the relevant results and averages and everything on there, so it's quite a nice presentation, that one. I found an old frame for that and put it in and cut a mount around it, so that looks quite effective. Going on to the 1926 side here now. This is a fully signed photograph of the 1926 side that toured England. 16th Australian 11, 1926. Nice signatures. I keep a little bit of masking tape on the top of those to keep the sun off them. But this one, obviously they went back via America, and this one was presented to a chap called George F. Reynolds. Now, I think I found George Reynolds as a writer, but there's not very much on him, but he obviously was hospitable to the Australian side, and they presented him with this beautiful photograph. It says, presented to George F. Reynolds by the members of the Australian cricket team 1926 on the bottom there. So that's rather a nice memento of the tour and a super picture. So going to signatures now. I saw the 1909 one. This is the 1912 side that played at Cheltenham. Warren Bardsley scored 115 this day. I'll put that in its normal sleeve, and I've put a record of the match on there from Cricket Archive, so you've got a scorecard to go with that, which does that well, so that's quite nice. Ended in the draw that game through rain and stuff. David Baseby's just written a little book on that, and on Jessup, and he's included a little write-up on that game in that book. So then we come to 1921. This is the 1921 side here, Australian side, fully signed. You always sign nicely, Warren Bardsley, just there. It's a nice little set that. This is out the sunlight, so I don't mind putting this out on display rather than keeping it there. This one here is quite nice. Facsimile though, this one. Australian Board of Control. This is at Hotel Cecil, where they were based in London when they were here, and it's got here the cricket boots which you supply to the team have given us every satisfaction. They are a splendid addition, fit perfectly, and we met. Oh, sorry, I can't quite read that. We are most compatible to play in. We are very pleased to hear this fact. That's not actually, I can't read that particularly well, to be honest with you, but anyway, some facsimile signatures on the bottom there, which is quite a nice little thing. Hotel Cecil. Sorry about that. Anyway, going on to 1926, when Warren Bardsley scored 193 at Lord's, not out. This is the bat he used, which is probably one of my prized possessions, signed on the back there. Warren Bardsley. It's a Warren Bardsley, specially selected 4-star from Penshurst in Kent, Duke and Son. So that's quite a nice memento there. And that was given to a little chap called Cornelius King. There's Cornelius King there holding the bat. That might well be an Australian blazer on the whatever that is underneath the blazer, probably a little chair or something. He's playing cricket on the roof of the Cecil Hotel. So he was a page boy, 15-year-old page boy. There's a photograph of him with Warren's bat. There's another piece, paper slip here of the Daily Sketch 1926, Bardsley's bat. It says here, with which the Australian compiled the first 100 of his score at Lord's, was presented to Cornelius King, the 15-year-old page boy at the Cecil Hotel. Now the proudest lad in England, so I'm sure he was. Now Cornelius King had a bit of a life. The chap I bought it off, the bat off, was a relative of his, and he sent me this write-up. Cornelius King, he was serving in Burma when the Japanese invaded and made his way to Australia. He stayed in Australia for a long time before returning to the UK. He died in 1954. I've had the bat since 1950. He was very insistent that the bat was used by Bardsley. He used the bat himself on a few occasions, and then also lent it to former Surrey and Sussex player Arnold Long. And after that it went back into storage. So there's quite a nice little story there to Warren Bardsley's bat. So I hope you've enjoyed that little look back at Warren Bardsley. He's been fairly prominent in my collecting, I have to say. I mean, I like to collect his signatures, and obviously got the photographs. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next one.